The next thing I'm going to get into, we're going to be talking about is Austin Metcalf. So it appears Austin Metcalf's father basically was called by doing a protest from to protect the white Americans. There was a protest going on. Didn't look like a big protest, but there was a protest going on, and he was saying that the father is scared and he should be up here protesting with us. And so one of the people who was against the protest called the father, and they had some words. But let's get into let's watch a few minutes of the protest so we can understand truly what they're doing, and let's see what they're talking about.
Black and white together. We're standing against black violence against white Americans. It's very simple. We've seen it time and time again. The statistics do not lie. The statistics do not lie. 350,000 white people were assaulted last year in America by black Americans. There is a prevalent gang culture.
Now, it's a lot, but what I've heard and seen, I was trying to look up that number where he found. I don't know where you found that from, but I was looking up, for most cases, the majority of crime or assaults are committed by people who live or around in the same communities as you. So white people usually commit more crimes against white people. Black people commit more crimes against black people. I don't know if we should be bringing, it's a crime problem. I don't think we should just try to go against like, oh, it's a certain race. There's bad people in both races and people who should not be around and should be locked up. So we can't just say, oh, it's one race and it's one race is the problem. That's where we start going downhill on some crazy things. But let's keep watching a little bit more of this before we get into skip right over to where Austin Metcalf's father was called.
There is a prevalent gang culture in America. There's a prevalent gang culture and violent hip-hop culture that has pervaded the young minds of black Americans in this country and turned them racist against their brothers who want nothing more than to lift them up, to live in peace with them.
Few.
Another reason we're at this protest today, all these people
protest
that agree with us, but they're in their cars right now because they're afraid to be seen on camera, because they're afraid that they'll lose their jobs, they're afraid that someone will come to their home. That is another reason why we are here today. So when you tell me that white people are not the main victim of racism, that white people are not oppressed, not being put down, nothing you can do to stop us, because this has been an issue for my entire life with my white family members and my white friends, where they've been put down, they've been treated like trash just because they're white. And there's so many people say, oh, it's not true, it's not true. It is true. I see it day after day, month after month, year after year, and I'm tired of the anti-white racism.
You got painted nail.
Anti-white hate. I'm tired of the anti-white violence. I will stand on top of a damn bus and scream that we are going to end this shit right now.
You are telling the truth.
Philip Anderson is a January 6th patriot and hero.
That man right there.
Shoulder to shoulder with me.
He got on Confederate flag and the sign in the back. If you can't see, I believe that says "Back to Blue." All that. I mean, they have a right to protest and do what they think. So I mean, as long as they ain't causing no violence, they can say whatever they want to say.
God bless him.
Why are you guys wearing masks? What's up with that? Why don't you take your mask off? Get everybody back to the designated area. Bunch of
We're not trying to get too close.
Okay. Take your mask off. Is there somewhere you guys can go?
Go back to the designated area.
Palestinian shit? Listen to the cops, guys. Listen to the cops.
Oh, man. We are too. We're just hanging out. We're just coming out.
Move back.
Just hanging out.
We've got an area for you guys.
Yeah, that place sucks balls.
That's your area.
We can't see or hear anything.
You can hear it. That's your spot. Move back.
This spot is.
Move back.
We want you guys to be able to protest. Over here, we have to stay separated.
Yeah, but we can't hear shit.
You have to stay separated. You have to stay separated.
Due process! Due process! Due process! It's not hard!
Jail right now. You better be served today. There is a killer on the loose in Frisco, Texas. His name is Carmelo Anthony.
He's saying there's a killer on the loose. Even, see, I don't know if they're saying because it was the low bond, but they got to know that even if the bond wasn't lowered, he would have still gotten out. He has enough money. It would have taken a few days, but he would have gotten out. Like, it would be same place it is. He's not walking around. He's on bond. He could afford the bond. It's nothing crazy.
He has a knife, and he's coming for your children next. At a peaceful track meet, our children are being slain, gunned down, and murdered. How can we not condemn this? How can weakness, fear, cannot...
Now he's just using what happened. How I feel and what my thoughts are is that they're both 17-year-old kids. He definitely doesn't need... Carmelo definitely does not deserve self-defense, of course. But I don't know if they can charge him with full-on premeditated murder. Because I think he was just a... And my thing, I think they were just stupid kids, got in a fight. Carmelo lost his temper, ended up killing Austin Metcalf, and he deserves to go to jail for however much time. That's going to be financial timing. That's what he deserves. Now, if they can prove that it was murder, but main thing I'm thinking is manslaughter, but because I think they got to prove intent for a murder charge, and I don't think he had the intent to kill it because I don't think he would have. I don't think they ever met each other before. He didn't plan on who he was going to meet. So I don't know any of that, but I don't think he was just out here trying to kill white people. No, I don't think I don't think Austin Metcalf was out here trying to bully black people. I think it was just a kid who got into a scuffle, who went to two different schools, which I personally have seen plenty of times. It's always been sports events. Yes, we get into another school. We're not thinking about, as a kid, we're not thinking about if he's white or black. No, we were just thinking about, he's at a different school and he's in our spot, or he's at our location, or he is in our space to where it's just for our school. So we would buck up. And then I've been in where we'd be like, touch me and see what happens. And then we start fighting. It's a normal thing that teens go through. That, of course, fighting is always bad, but it's something that you are expecting. You don't expect to get your life ended, or you don't expect to where you need to take a life in those situations. But let's watch a little bit more of this and then just jump right into the Austin Metcalf's father. We really need to learn his name, but Mr. Metcalf, we'll just call him that. But let's watch some more of this.
Not live in the heart of patriots and justice. If those numbers do not scream an untenable situation.
No lynch mobs! 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 No lynch mobs!
No Trump! No KKK! No racist USA!
No Trump! No KKK! No racist USA!
Ask yourselves this question.
You killed.
It's not a big protest. It's barely anybody out there. At least what I can see from the Kangaland. There's barely anybody.
Ask yourselves this question. God bless America.
You killed police
Thank you, thank you.
officers on January
Ask yourselves this
6th.
question. Why were
Get that out of my
a
face.
group of 95% white people, the January 6th ones that were persecuted, because there were every race, color, creed, and stripe there. But the ones they came after, 95% white arrest.
Now we see what basically the protest was about. They was talking basically what the name suggests, that protect white Americans, but we should be protecting all Americans. There should be, maybe it's just like the Black Lives Matter. They're just trying to say that's their problem. But all right, let's get into the Austin Metcalf's father, and we're going to jump right into it, skip ahead a little bit. Let's see what he was saying. So this is who called Austin Metcalf's father.
You have a father that's out of respect asking you not to put his fathers who are not dealing with grief. You've talked for an hour. So if you want to address, I can give you after I give this message. The bottom line is this. You have a father that's out of respect asking you not to put his son's face in a place. How do you say you're going to represent people when you can't respect the will of the people?
Let me respond, guys. There's too much peanut gallery.
That's not what his father said. His father did not say that.
Can we please let me respond?
So you believe,
you believe. I'm having a conversation between you and I. Listen to this.
Yeah.
Austin Metcalf is no longer Austin Metcalf. He is a symbol. He is a symbol of young white people being predatorized and victimized.
Now you see how he picked up the phone quick, ready to call him? Let's hear what the father has to say.
Every single day living in fear. He is living in fear. Our people in this country are living in fear. Austin Metcalf is no longer just his son.
Jeff, hold on. Jeff, do me one favor. Because there seems to be an issue that you're okay with Austin's name being plastered with this particular movement. Now, I've already addressed that. So now I want you to say one more time that do you agree with your son's name and face being attached to this movement?
Hey, Jeff Metcalf, this is Jake Lang here. I wanted to talk to you and not be led into a question. This is an illegal argument. This is called leading.
Do you agree with your son?
Can I have a conversation with you?
No,
He said this is leading. That's the reason he called him, was to say for the fact that the father does not agree with what you're doing and what kind of protest you're leading.
You could have called him before that. You could have called him out of respect.
I've been reaching out. I'm one of the biggest figures in America.
Jeff,
Nobody's ever
I've given you a message. I've given you your message, and here's the
all
response.
family members, everybody I could find.
I've given you your message, and here's the response.
You've not given my message. You've given your message.
What he said was this. What he said was this. He said that you, as a father, should be on the bus with him, delivering the message that he's delivering. Unfortunately, he's not a father, and the gentleman with is not a father. Maybe they don't understand what loss is. But at the end of the day, I've given your message, and they thought that it wasn't your message.
Let me have 1 minute of my message
Call
to Jeff
him.
Metcalf.
Call him.
Okay, what's his number?
He's on the phone right now.
So Jeff, do you? Huh?
This is not a good faith discussion.
Okay, hold on. Here's Jeff. Hold on. So Jeff, go ahead. Go ahead, Jake.
Hey Jeff, it's Jake Lang here. Jeff, first of all, my entire heart rests in your hands. I would be in my position, not even as somebody even knew your son, but somebody that shares the same understanding. I grew up as a 17-year-old young white man too, and I grew up in fear of my life around black people because they were killing and robbing people around me all the time. And I don't understand, as I was a father, you could sit idly by and not condemn the culture that killed your son. There is an epidemic problem in this country, and your voice could be one of the loudest voices in this country, but you have chosen to recoil out of fear and continue the suppression. Why will you not stand with me and with the rest of the people? We're not calling for racial divide. We're not calling for hatred. We're saying 350,000 attacks on white people by black people a year in this country is wrong. Why can't you stand that and say with that? Maybe you can. Would you be willing to stand by me in a press conference or in an individual interview and talk about this issue that is larger than Austin at this point? God rest the beautiful young man's soul that would have been one of our strongest voices if he was still alive today. Yes, I am, sir.
Okay, my turn to speak. the fucking problem, my friend. You're trying to create more race divide than bridging the gap. I do not condone anything you do. You do not have any fucking...
That's called white guilt.
No, let it talk.
My son, let me finish. I give you your time. You take my son's face off your website. I am not associated with you.
You're creating more Austin Metcalfs with your weakness, sir.
Thanks.
You are creating more Austin Metcalfs with your weakness.
Wow. You are being weak. I gotta be honest with you about that.
He said that he told the father of the victim that you are creating more Austin Metcalfs because of your weakness. That is that is just as bad as the Carmelo Anthony's minister, I don't know his name, but Next Action News, I believe that's the news site, who said that him showing up to the press conference and not saying anything and just standing there trying to listen is very disrespectful and is showing disrespect to his son's memory. It's crazy. All right, but Jesus.
Sir,
you're being weak. Condemn your son's killer and the culture that caused it.
Hey, Jeff.
He's already he definitely knows. He said that he is the only thing that I remember that Austin Metcalf, he said that he forgives him and he doesn't want any hatred because that is what you need to do to get over. You have to forgive. They're just what Jesus says in the Bible. You need to have forgiveness for others. But Jesus,
Jeff.
That's the problem. You've been submitted.
Hold on, Jeff.
You've been submitted.
I'll handle it from here.
You've been submitted, sir.
You're not gonna make us back down.
If we were all of your nature,
guys, listen.
You're not gonna
say
save
this.
What a weak man.
Do you know who you're talking to? You don't, do you?
I'm talking to a...
wow, that is crazy. I couldn't imagine him. You're telling them clear as day that you do not agree with their message and you don't want your son, who was just murdered and killed, that you don't want his picture with your agenda. And then the person says that, oh, you're weak and your weakness is going to cause more kids to die just like your son. That is some crazy things to say. Now, like I said again, I don't think this is a race issue. This is a right or wrong. There's no black or white. I don't think either of the kids had any hatred for the other. I don't think any of that. All I think was that it's two teenagers who have high emotions and can't control their actions or are not good at controlling their actions. And one kid made a terrible life decision and he is going to have to pay for that decision for the rest of his life. It is crazy. Crazy. Now look, let's.
A black man.
You don't know. You're not.
Okay.
You sit here. You talk about Trump.
But I am. You're not
Google my name and Trump. No. When you do that, my name is.
I agree with black males winning, Google that. But they're not winning right now.
You're doing,
they're becoming degenerates.
What you're doing
and murdering white people.
You're not helping America. You're no more patriotic than I am. No way.
Silent is not helping.
Where were you on January 6th?
You've been silent. It's only gotten worse.
Where were you on January 6th?
You've been silent. It's only gotten worse.
Where were you?
It is crazy, but I wanted to see what he was going to say finish that out for what we're talking about with Austin Metcalf's father. But like again, remember this is AC Reviews the World. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'm gonna keep updated with everything that's happening with that whole case. All right, everybody, remember this is AC Reviews the World. Remember to like and subscribe.